That can make you hurt.
Alrighty. Welcome to Pickens County Sportsman's Club.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah. How many have you been here before? 1, 2? Good, good. Alrighty, where are y'all from?
Gainesville,
Welcome over here to Pickens County and right here?
Yeah, I'm in Pickens County, right here.
Well, there you go.
Right up on top of the fire.
Well, this is the black powder range where everything starts. Okay, including firearms. Back in March, before COVID hit, or right when COVID hit, we created the Talking Rock Black Powder Shooters. We are affiliated with the National Muzzleloading Rifle Association. And what we've been doing for the last 14, 15 years is we've been doing a black powder station specifically for you all scouts. So we do this probably once, twice a month. But obviously the Recoil Rally is one of the big events that comes through here with a lot of you. Too bad we couldn't get the 100, 120 we were hoping for, but that's the way it works. So we shoot real black powder here. Does anybody know when real black powder was invented and who invented it?
Chinese in the 1200s?
Or a little earlier. Yeah, maybe a little earlier. Genghis Khan actually tangled with the Chinese when he invaded China. There's records of him, his soldiers on their horseback, going against the Chinese.
I know what you've been into, bud.
My name's John. we got 2 Johns, a couple of Mikes, all that type of stuff. With their weapons, cannons and rifles as well as the bow and arrow. But Genghis Khan was basically all bow and arrow. Does anybody know what black powder is made out of?
Gunpowder.
Close. That's what it's called. It's made out of 3 natural products. Pardon?
Sulfur?
Sulfur is one. Charcoal, which is where you get the black, and saltpeter. There was an incredible cottage industry on where you get saltpeter from.
What is that?
I was trying to get my kids to say
Salt
I know,
out
I
of
heard
your...
it like 4 times. Oh.
Yeah. What is saltpeter out from? Salt out of your... Okay. There was actually, and people actually, that was part of their job in life, was they would go to the outhouses and that's where they would collect it. Or they would go to the cave and that type of stuff. It's an oxygenator. That is actually what is basically burning. The charcoal is a carrier. The sulfur helps it burn, but basically, that's the oxygenator. So, we had what everybody's seen, the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what did they use to light the cannons off with?
Little thingies.
Wicks.
A wick. That's another term. It's also called a match lock. And before they shoot, you have to make sure that your match is on fire. Okay, and you just put it in the pan. So for basically 500 years or more, that was the ignition system until 1620. In 1620, a Frenchman invented the flintlock. The flintlock is actually this, and it's got the hammer, the frizzen, the pan, and the flint. What is the flint doing when it strikes the frizzen?
Creating a spark.
And what is the spark? Close. What is actually happening? If you look closely at the... Yep, it's cutting the metal. The scratches you see are actually where the rock, the flint, has cut steel off of the frizzen. Gets to about 350, 400 degrees. You have to use real black powder in a flintlock to reliably ignite. Reason? Real black powder goes off at about 350 degrees. They substitute like Pyrodex, those type of things. The reason why they can put them on a shelf is they don't go off until they're about 800 degrees. So to get them to go off reliably, you do that. You have a pan. You just put a little bit of powder in the pan. The flint and the steel starts the fire in the pan. No different than when you guys are making a fire. Hey, here you go. Left hand, right hand. Okay, 2 triggers. Pull the back trigger back. The gun's not going to go off. It's going to click.
The back one first?
Yep. Then you're just going to click. Okay, that sets the front trigger from that hard to real light. Okay, so don't put your finger on the front trigger. So you're ready for it to go bang. Your gun. Pick a target. Bowling pin, metal, doesn't matter.
Caliber is it? This is for the shooter.
Your gun.
Whoa!
Whoa!
That scared me. I shot a shotgun once and it scared me.
Wow.
They needed to change their guns because they had to pull the gun out of a scabbard on the horse, and they couldn't pull the long ones out.
Bottom of the target.
They also needed the caliber that would kill buffalo instead of squirrels. So they went from a 30-30 caliber rifle to the 50 caliber rifle. So this is about the head. In this case, we're for target practice.
One more clip.
Like at 6 o'clock.
You're a little bit more try again.
Unless it kid.
I think you went under that target.
That's what that. It's got a set
But I think you hit it.
Would you like
So guess what that means?
that's your
Yay!
firing.
Lunch.
Yay!
Not that one.
I said even aim.
You just pick the gun up and shoot.
That's not bad at all. That's like your 35.
Feel like
So are these
triggers
all
up here.
different
Wait a
guns?
minute, we gotta put a cap
Okay.
These 3 fingers John gave you,
in. You're ready to fire. Set trigger, the front trigger becomes the firing trigger, and it's a hair trigger, so when you touch it, it's gonna go off. Aim down there at that big circle.
Okay.
I have to bring it to you.
Right.
Move this over.
You're a right-handed shooter. Okay.
Because you wanna be comfortable when you're shooting, don't be all
Put that firm
out of shape.
And,
What am I aiming at?
well, pick whichever target you want to shoot at. You might try one of the bigger, metal things. I can do this left.
I wish I had videotaped that.
The thing is,
That's
well,
what you're
put
doing.
the finger on the trigger.
I can
Hit it, good.
There you go.
I'm trying to get over to
Now, wait a minute, we gotta figure out whether you're left and right side down.
Well, we've tried. It changes every time
All you need to do is
we
shoot it when
test
it goes
it.
by.
I don't have a dominant
That's
eye.
when you feel comfortable.
I'm gonna shoot it.
On that side.
Yes.
How bad
Or
is
do
it?
you want to
I'm not
Yes,
comfortable.
My legs were shaking.
That's a Hawken?
Okay.
Yes, it's a Hawken carbine. 50, 45. I was questioning, you gonna shoot it or not? Come on.
No, not yet. I'm not ready yet.
What's that one? I'll
Come
do
on.
What?
Where's that?
There you go.
Okay, your job is to embarrass the boys.
I tried to-
Get up. And you missed.
Ready to go. It's hard. It's low.
No, it's not. No.
So when it goes by, you do
It
that
doesn't.
again, and
It
then
doesn't.
throw out the empty and put in a new one.
Okay.
Mike, your shoulder's like
I
3
don't
times
know.
the size.
Yeah.
Strike her
If you
again.
ever shot one of these before,
With a little bit of salt.
Wait, hey, camera,
There
wait.
you go. Okay.
What?
Pull it back.
or
Rebecca,
you
did you
shoot
shoot
one
that
of
one?
those little, you
Hurry
can hit one of those little round.
All right, you good.
To the right of the big circle.
Yeah.
If you hit it.
Try that.
Alright.
And okay. This is ready to go, right? I don't have to. Please set brass up for me.
All you gotta do
See
is
the brass on the ground there, he's fixing to step off. Yeah, I make my own bullets, so I need the brass.
You make your own?
Ready?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's part of the enjoyment of this stuff, is reloading on ammunition.
I
always start recording and think I anticipated too much.
You know,
That's not bad.
a lot of people do that because they think it's not just.
It's not bad at all. It's a heavy gun.
It's a heavy gun.
250
Heavy
yards,
gun,
and you shoot at 75, so aim at
Say
the
a
bottom of the
gun.
target.
Good deal.
Bang it.
Two clips.
These guns were actually invented. Pioneers blew west. And they had to shoot long range. So that's why they came up with-
You're up. All you gotta do is pull the trigger. Aim it forward.
Have a shorter gun.
Well, this
So
hurt.
you pull it out of the skin. And then shooting out of the horse and then shoot.
Stop.
Okay, concentrate, focus. Put your finger on the trigger and pull the trigger. Focus.
Shot it many, many times.
This is heavy.
And they shot it with a heavy load, much about almost twice.
You haven't got your-
one of the flintlock.
That's cool.
This is just part of the evolution.
Good job, man.
Cameron, that was awesome. Isn't that nice?
Would you focus? Shoot. Focus.
You're being shot at. Come on.
Okay.
Arrows
doesn't kick much, right?
The arrows are landing at your feet.
I had the ping pong. Not the ping pong. The
He did it.
You missed.
Small games, small deer and stuff. Well, when they went west, they ended up they ran into buffalo, elk, moose, big animals like that. So those guns weren't big enough to be able to take down a big animal. So they came up with two things. One of them, they were riding horses, a lot of them. So they had the scabbard, the gun was in the scabbard on the horse, so they had to pull it out. They got one here with the barrel. They were shooting
Piece of metal and hit it. And you did.
right off.
Right on it. Bigger animals to take down.
Wait, hold on, I'm gonna have to move it again now.
Hunting was
Well, you didn't push far enough forward. So you got to bring the round up out of this tube and it's back, and that's cocked and that's turned around. When it goes back,
I'm loaded and ready.
you're ready to stick those three fingers up in that loop and you trigger finger right there.
This one don't pull it, so you don't do nothing.
Yeah, I shot the. Sure.
Try her again.
Wow, that does got a bite. Snap. It's heavy.
No cap.
Like that?
Yeah. Well, you need to go a little bit further because it didn't cock.
Over there, you adjust this, if you're shooting any gun, all this stuff has to be used.
Okay.
If they are up or something,
So I hit the bank, didn't I?
Right-handed?
Which target are you aiming at?
Right? That white one, the big, the like hourglass looking one?
Okay. About the third target from the
you
right?
go ahead and hit
Yes.
the front trigger, and the front trigger's a hair trigger now, so it's gonna go if you don't, when you squeeze it.
I didn't see where you hit. I didn't see it hit the dirt. Let's stick another round. Cracker forward and pull it back. Uh-oh. No one.
Did I go far enough?
Ow!
Okay, so I didn't get it at all.
Everybody shot the windshift and that's against the front.
It was a lot of fun.
I haven't shot anything.
Okay, so this.
Yeah, you with your hand. It's got a half pop. Okay, you're set. Trigger's a hair trigger. Whoa. Trigger's a hair trigger.